Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy spring. Happy changes, right? Happy changes. This is a video that I'm doing. I'm a little bit self-conscious about it. Scared to do it. But I'm doing it for my OG viewers, for my original viewers that have been with me for 5 years now. 3 years now. And for those of you that are new, that appreciate the Tassa and want to learn. And I was a little bit under the weather last week when I made this video, but I wanted to produce content and I just didn't have the energy to do a Tassa on a political person or on someone that can give us a glimpse. I just didn't have the energy and the frame of mind and the brain power. I was just so sick. I think I had the flu or something. So I made a video to show you how I keep my Tassa reading abilities, I would say, sharp, and how I keep focus and how I learn new things in the Tassas that come up. And how I do that is, and this is the reason why I don't want to have a Tassa lessons, because it's impossible for me to teach you to read the Tassa structurally. There's a lot of beforehand. So this is the beforehand. This is the beforehand on how to do Tassa. And the way I do it is I read for myself. I read for people very close to me. And that way I can gauge what is going on in my life or in their lives. And I can zoom in on the things that happen to these people or to me. And I can sharpen my skills that way. Kind of basically, you know how you learn biology. You don't become a surgeon from biology 101 in high school. It takes a long time. So how do you start? You start from the beginning, the basics. And the basics are, if you want to learn to read the Tassa, read it for yourself. Read it for your mom. Read it for your sisters. Read it for your brothers. Read it for your husbands. Read it for the people closest to. Read it for your best friends. Read it for your kids. Read it for your parents. This is how you learn to read the Tassa. It's up to you. You have to know yourself. You have to know the circumstances. You have to concentrate. You have to clean your home, take care of your animals, and try to be patient and kind. Just try to be patient and kind. And that gives you a guilt-free, easy conscience, and you're able to focus and concentrate when you know you're doing the right things and you're putting others first, the people that matter in your life first, the animals first. Your conscience is clean. I cannot do a Tassa if I know I have to feed my animals. If I know I have to help my mom with a bill, or if I have to help my uncle, buy his flight, because he's now 104 years old. My mom's uncle, he's my tío. So I help out a lot. So the same thing with you. Take care of your responsibilities first. The Tassa is not the tarot. The tarot, you can just sling those cards and you can get an answer quite quickly. The Tassas are not that way. The Tassas require extreme concentration. They're extremely difficult to read. They're extremely difficult for me to read. And it takes a lot of background preparation and correct and right and calm and focused frame of mind to do a Tassa. So this is kind of a Tassa lesson. All my videos are Tassa lessons. All of them are. But I think this is the piece of the puzzle that I never put together, that I never put out there. And since I've been home and I have been a little bit under the weather, I've been fine. It's just a cold or a flu, whatever. It's just nothing. It's just not a big deal. But that happened to me because I did not take the time to look after myself, to rest, to sleep. And I think it caught up to me and my immune system shut down. And while I was there, I'm thinking, this is what is happening. And, you have to start from scratch. You have to start from the basics with everything. And this is this video. To start my reading, I'm preparing lunch. I put a little forethought. I made vegetable garden soup. And I have nice placemats that I bought 12 sets of, and I gave 6 to my sister and I kept 6. So do things that you love and that you give to other people. The plates that I have, I bought them, they were so beautiful. My tia, my aunt, loved them, one of my mother's sisters, and I gifted her another set. So things that people that you love that mean a lot to you. This is from Marie. This is a cup that Marie gave to me, a teacup, and she's my spiritual sister. Marie has always looked out for me, and she wants me to grow spiritually, and she wants my Tassa's readings to grow. And so I incorporate this into getting ready to do my readings. A cup, a beautiful cup with a crown that she gave me. Sweet Marie, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful gift? Imagine a friend gave you that beautiful gift. And here is like a rose petal, and she gave me that too. It's the tea that goes in there, and you put it in and you pour hot water in, and it becomes this beautiful like lotus flower floating around in your teacup. So now I have the placemats that my sister loved, and I gave her half of them, and there were 12. I only have 6 seats and she only has 6 seats, so I gave her 6. Why do I need so many? I try to eat healthy to keep my mind sharp for work and my animals, and to keep myself alive and going for my family. But before I eat, I gotta feed my babies, because how can you eat without feeding your animals when they're sniffing all that delicious food, seasoning and all that, and you're eating and they're just looking? So no, first they eat and then you eat. I know people say the alpha eats first. I don't want to be the alpha. I want to be the mom. I want to be the mother. I want to be the one that they love and depend on and look forward to guidance. That's the true alpha. And an alpha of service, not an alpha of domination and fascism. An alpha of love and service. And there I am. I make him his toppers. He will not eat without toppers. So I have to steam sweet potatoes for him. And I have to make some steaks. We don't even eat red meat in my house, but I buy red meat for him. And I make him for him every Sunday night. And then I divide it into little containers. I put them in the freezer and I defrost them the night before. And then the next day, he eats twice a day. I mix it in as a topper, and he loves his food. Look how shiny he is. He's very healthy. Now this is Shakira. She eats her dry food. And these little plates, they're gold plated. I bought them at Habitat for Humanity. A whole box for like $12. Why buy them plastic stuff when you can buy them gold plated plates for a lot cheaper? There she is. She eats high quality Rachel Ray salmon and little fancy feast Alaskan wild salmon, just like Cooper. There she is. She's very happy. They live a long life. You buy them high quality food and you spend less on medical bills. That's how I look at it. And they suffer less. And I change her water several times a day, and his water too. There it is. Look at that teacup. That's the tea leaf that or flower that Marie gave me. So I sit down and I enjoy, and I keep some quiet time for myself. And I enjoy some peace before I get to read, and I nourish myself. I have my animals. I'm guilt-free. That's another big thing. Be guilt-free. When you're a reader, you have to have a lot of patience and try to do things right. If you have a bill to pay your bills. If your mom needs help, go help your mom. Before you do anything, take care of those things that will cause you guilt or stress, because you cannot read a cup if you have things pending on your mind, or if you feel bad about something that you made. Go apologize, go make it right, go do things right. So there I am getting ready. There's Cooper playing. I'm about to read the cup. And this is my personal cup, and this is how I sharpen my abilities to read. I read my own cup every so often. I should read them more. At this point in my life, I don't think I need to read them as often as I used to, but I still need to, because I start getting rusty when I don't do my own cups, or when I don't read for my mom, or when I don't read for my family members or my closest friends. So it's a way to keep myself sharp. So if you want to learn to read the Tassa, do your own cups. I have many videos on how to make your own cups. My intro teaches you how to make your own cups. It is very easy. It is completely different from evoking a cup from someone else. That is very time consuming and very difficult to do, and I don't suggest you start doing that. But start doing your own taza. It's very, very easy. It doesn't take much time, but it can teach you to sharpen your skills. And without further ado, let's get going on my taza, and I will show you how it is done. Thank you. Anything happening closest to the hand will be happening the soonest, and I'm going to be spilling a lot of tea about myself here. God forgive me, I don't want to offend anybody, but here we go. These are two men thinking about some money, and they have their heads down like in shame. Very tall guys with, you see, look at the head, the back hanging down like in shame. They're sad, both of them, and they're thinking about some money. You guys have no idea what I've been through. My blood pressure hasn't shot up because I don't know for what miracle. I don't have high blood pressure at all, but I have had issues. I had loaned some money to family members, and they were supposed to pay me March of last year. They were supposed to pay me the money back, and it was a lot of money. For me, it was a lot of money. And the person that I loaned the money to told me, I'm going to pay it to you by, next month. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell this, property I have, and I'm going to pay it back to you. It is now April of 2023. This person is a year late. And I had every excuse in the book. So I think my family, this person's related to me. Everyone in my family is pretty ashamed about what's going on, and I think he's tried. It's not like he hasn't paid me back, but he's done a lot of few things that I don't like, and so I think the family's gonna help him pay me back because they're all pretty ashamed about that. I've lost sleep on this. I prayed, I've done all this. I don't know where to go. And so I hadn't done my own taza in a while, and I was like, let me just do my own taza. And I evoked this problem. So when you're a taza, I can do that. Like, I can evoke. Some people, it's hard for them to, but I can evoke. And this is the first thing that popped up. They're going to try to pay me back. But it's not going to be him alone. It's going to be more people involved. They're going to probably lend him the money to pay me. That's one thing. Then here in a faraway place in another area, this person might be calling me or doing something via the internet. Maybe they're going to send me the money, some part of it at least. And here's my home. This is my house. This is exactly like my house is. It's amazing. This looks exactly like my house. And I'm going to put in some clips of this because I'm very, very concerned. Okay, so I am distressed about the money, but I am completely desperate about my animals here. Okay, I'm going to explain to you. This is my house here. This is this is the door. I have a little wreath, and I'm going to put the video on. I have a wreath that I bought back in before Thanksgiving of last year, 2022. I bought a wreath, boxwood, and it has lasted forever. And when I was going to remove it, I noticed that some birds were using the wreath, the boxwood, to make nests. So all the birds around were coming in, and I basically have a bold boxwood wreath with like patches because the birds are using it to make nests. And in one of the areas that is bald, a bird came and made a nest and had 5 little eggs that I've been taking care of because the wreath, I'm afraid I don't use my front door. Everybody that comes to my house, all my friends, all my family, the UPS, the FedEx guy, I tell them come through the garage or leave it by the garage, and I open the garage door. I haven't opened my front door in a while. I opened it the other day only because there was a cat that was out there that I'm trying to trap to take to the Humane Society. Don't worry,
in Colorado, they don't kill animals in the Humane Society. They keep them forever until they're adopted. Okay, so I have a bird's nest there, and here it comes out. I've been taking care of that bird's nest, but the other night there was some sort of powerful wind. Okay, so this I'm telling you, this is my Tassa. It's pretty boring. I'm just a normal person. So there's this powerful wind that came. It was a windy night. It was like almost like Halloween or, Edgar Allan Poe. I have an owl that lives in my backyard, and he was going, woo, 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 and the wind was like, and I mean, it was creepy and scary. I loved it. I loved those nights. But I didn't think about the poor wreath. So the next morning, something told me, go check the wreath. The wreath had 5 little eggs, and 2 little eggs, I guess the wind knocked down and broke in front of my doorstep. So now there's only 3. But I secured the wreath. I tied it all around. You can't even move it. No wind is going to be able to move that unless it's like a tornado or a hurricane that the door will get ripped off. I secured it really well. So I think the eggs that are there are going to be okay. Yay! I think those eggs are going to be okay. See this round thing? It looks like money, but I know that that's my wreath. And the little eggs. I think we're going to have the little birds coming out. And so this is my bay window. This is my bay window here. And that's Cooper. He's always laying on the window and sunning. That looks just like him. See his ears and his hips? That's my little Cooper there. Cooper dog, like Ona calls him. He's so cute. You could see one ear here, his little forehead, his other ear, little dent there, and then his big hips, because he's a big boy. His little tail there. That's my Cooper by the bay window. And the eggs are right next to it. And then this is the back, my backyard. And I'm doing it. I know. I'm going to buy a catio on Amazon, and I'm going to put a catio in my backyard, and I'm going to buy like an arch for my grapes, because I have grapes, and this is the arch for the grapes in the back, and this is the catio here, and that's Shakira there, like a little animal there. You see? Look, it's like a maze with holes, and like this little cat with big hips inside. Right there's Shaki. I can see it clearly. And I'm also I'm building my own squirrel homes and bird homes. And my husband's aunt gave me a bunch of like napkins, and she taught me how to make the napkins into like beautiful wallpaper for the birds' nests and the bird houses, and the squirrel houses. And I'm going to build a bunch of them, and I'm going to use her technique, and it's going to be so cute. I'm going to put them around the house. You see the birds flying there and like little animals all over? These are birds all over. I have tons and tons of birds that come and feed here. When I moved here, I had 2 mourning doves, and those mourning doves have grand and great grandkids now. I have a bunch of mourning doves now. I have blue jays. I have all these birds down here, and that's my joy. That's my joy, my home. That's the joy in my home there. Okay, so this is very personal. Debating whether to show this. At the bottom of the taza here, I feel my family that has passed on. I feel my father, I feel my brothers, I feel my aunt, I feel my cousins, my mom's cousins that were Tassa readers, my grandmother that was a Tassa reader. And these are all these souls that are still with me, and they live with me in my home. They come visit me in dreams and in protection and presence. You see that? It almost looks like the Hollywood movies when they're flying up in the air like that. Look. Spirits of light. My entire house full. My father is the number one in my tia. My father he's a juggernaut trailblazer for me, and my tia as well. My tia, it helps me out more in my sentimentality, and when I want to achieve something, and my father's my protector. I feel him protecting me. You see this? The money that's owed to me? My father's probably not leaving these people alone. My father, if you have a father or a brother that has passed away, the male souls, they will protect you. I feel, I like see the flowers that I buy? I enjoy the flowers, but I buy them for them. And I light candles. Right now I don't have a candle because I have my fireplace going on in the back. So sort of like a fire, like an illumination for them. But last night I lit 2 candles. I lit one for my father and I lit one for my tia. And for my brothers, I light candles too. I like the ones that are in the glass. For my tia, for my dad, I do that too. But I light candles several times a week for them because they help me out so much and they come to me in dreams. So that's what comes out here. Look at this. I don't know what kind of bird. They made a nest here. Look at these little eggs. I got 5 little eggs in there. Right on my door. Right on my doorstep. Isn't that a miracle? And I would see them like take little pieces of the boxwood and fly away with it. So I thought they were building a nest somewhere else, and I think they did. I think they built another nest up there in that tree. I'll find it someday. I'll show it to you. But then they build one here. I think this is, I usually use the garage entrance. And the other day I was gonna throw some garbage out and I opened the front door and a little bird flew out. And I felt so bad. And then I looked the next morning because I heard them going like that on my door. I kept hearing that for a while. And then I went to look the next day and we found these tiny little eggs. I want to make sure they don't fall. I shouldn't be touching them, but I just want to make sure they don't fall. That one was too all the way up there. I feel so, like 5 little eggs. What a privilege. Thank you, God, for letting me, keep them safe and bringing this little bird to my home. Right on my door, right on the welcome reef here. Unbelievable. I'm really touched by that. When I found it, I cried and my husband hugged me. I felt so emotional. Oh, sweet. And can't wait to find out what kind of birds. Let me do a lower shot. What kind of birds it is, I'll let you guys know. I won't be using this door after tomorrow. I won't be using it. Make sure that they're safe. See what I mean? That's the little ribbons that I've tied for the nest, the wreath. And here's Cooper on the bay window. He's always looking out there. He's looking at the little hyacinths and birds. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, yo, buddy, cute buddy. Hi, cute Cooper Poo. Cute Cooper Poo. Yeah. Yeah. You looking at the flowers, buddy? You're the cute boy. Yeah, he's a cute boy there. Oh, he's a cute boy. pay window is. That's exactly how it comes out. It does exactly how Cooper comes out, but he's laying down with his head down on the taza.
Now that I blow that picture up, I can tell. What this is telling me is he wants a little pillow. I'm gonna put a little pillow for him. I could see the pillow underneath him. He's gonna be more comfortable if I put a little pillow out there for him. I don't know if you can see it.
Little Cooper. See the robin on the bench. See what I mean with the little squirrels in the back and the birds? Yeah, they're so cute. Got the bird feeder.